Yeah, no nerves tonight because he's not bowling.
Right.
Let's talk tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And tomorrow afternoon live on Fox to take a look at our play-in round stepladder bracket here. Again, one of these competitors will move on to tomorrow's final 5 live on Fox at noon. Here's your 9 seed, Michael Martell, the island boy from West Babylon, New York. One of those competitors looking for his first tour title. Not how you want to start. Oh, my.
Gut punch right out of the gate. Drifts a pinch high, leaving the 6-8. One or the other would have been fine, not both. But Martell's had some great success in this building. Remember last season, he did finish second to Anthony Simonson in the Masters. He loves bowling here at Thunder Bowl.
That's second place at the Masters, his best ever finish on the tour. Had an interesting quote about that as well, saying, essentially, this bowling center has saved my career once. Can it do it again? Open frame in the first. Far from an ideal start for Martell, but at least it's in the first.
Yep.
And here we go. All right, so we saw this earlier this week at the Scorpion Championship where Packy finished second. He made it his point to play to the crowd. Talked to Packy earlier today, saying bowling is more fun when the crowd cheers, and I say preach.
Similar hit to Martell's, except the 8 goes down, just the 6-pin for Packy to start. But I really liked his response. I'm with you on that. Preach. Get the crowd into it, man.
Yeah, his other line, why can't we be a more exciting sport? It is an exciting sport. What he's talking about is the fans have this golf mentality at times where you sit and you be respectful.
Right.
His point is, if you're making noise the whole time, it's not going to bother anybody. A cell phone drops,
right.
Whatever.
That's what I
no
like.
No big deal. Let's go, man.
It gets dead silent, and I mean,
like silent.
You can hear the guys breathing in the bleachers, right?
Well, we know they can hear you.
Come on, you guys can't stop now. Come on.
See, there you go, Packy. Get him going, kid. Packs his arsenal.
Yeah, Packy going with a Black Pearl urethane to start.
What was it? The Black Pearl.
Black Pearl.
Oh, we're going to talk about these names later today. There's our first strike.
Will Martell follow suit?
Well, we talked to him about that, didn't we? He said, listen, I'm not going to fight it if the crowd wants to get into it.
There's his arsenal. He's going with IQ Tour 78U.
Do you have any idea what that means?
Well, the U is
it
urethane.
Is it IQ or exclamation Q?
IQ.
Okay, because both would work. The Ultra, 78 Ultra. Well, these names.
I'm guessing the 78 is a hardness.
Michael Martell, my goodness.
We're going to be talking about this right lane all night.
And tomorrow as well.
Ball never underhooked like that before.
The rosin coming out of his finger holes in his thumb hole.
So back-to-back open frames for Martell, the 9 seed. Take a look at tonight's oil pattern, the Earl Anthony 43.
Well, early on, you can see that the left-handers are going to be playing really straight on the outside part of the lane until that part breaks down. Then they'll move into the red line. And I expect Kyle Sherman, the lone right-hander, to be playing in.
Sherman up next. He'll take on the survivor of this Hanrahan Martell showdown. And right now, Martell in a 23-pin early hole. There we go. Needed that one.
Yeah, he did. I love this guy, man. He's got rosin on his pants, rosin on his hand.
Looks like he just slid into third base.
Right? Rosin coming out of the fingers and thumb holes.
Get this guy a rosin sponsor.
It was great.
Great time for a double.
Hanrahan, it says he's from Wichita, Kansas, but we all know he's from the mean streets of Greenwich, Connecticut. Back-to-back jacks for the former member of the Mean Street Posse.
That was beautiful. That rev rate approaching 500.
.33-pin lead through 3.
Just left a second arrow on that right lane, and that's the tricky one. You get by the right lane, you got to feel pretty good when you step up on the left lane.
Feed it. Focus.
Wow. Wow.
Triple.
Come on.
It's pretty good shot making there early on by Packy Hanrahan. Playing that left lane about a board different than the right lane.
Back to Martell off his first strike. Remember, open frames in the first and the second. A strike in the third, now in the fourth. On that right lane. Double wood, 3-9.
Martell playing quite a bit farther left than Hanrahan, and that's only going to help Packy.
Martell picks that one up. We welcome you to our live coverage of the 2024 PBA World Championship play-in. We are just outside of Detroit. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, opening game right now. Michael Martell, the 9 seed. Open frames in the first and the second. His struggles continue here in the fifth as he takes on the 8 seed Packy Hanrahan. 5-man stepladder field today. Just one of them will advance to tomorrow's PBA World Championship Final 5 field live on Fox at noon. Another look at Martell, who has only 1 strike, came in the 3rd frame. On the left, as we take a look at the full scoreboard, you see his early struggles, hence why Martell, the native of West Babylon, New York, out there on Strong Island, is down 44.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rob, you want to turn a fingertip grip into a conventional grip real quick, have the ball reaction that Martell's having. I think he's too far to the left.
He is frustrated, and Packy Hanrahan, your 8 seed, looking to extend this 3-bagger into 4 in a row.
Packy bowled so good, he made it with a losing match play record.
Detroit style.
You've been waiting a month to say that.
Maybe. Maybe yes.
Another beauty here by Packy. Just flushes the 1-2.
It was interesting. You know, last year had to have been his quote-unquote breakout campaign, right? You know, finally getting the wins, and asked him, well, what's that next step? And he said, you know, just kind of more of the same, making more TV shows, but I think that next step for a lot of these players is, all right, I can win on the tour. Now I need to win when it matters the most at a major. 5 in a row.
Martell took down Belmo in the last 2 games of match play. If Belmo wins one of those matches, he's on the telecast.
A little bit of a payback. Belmo swept him 3-0 in Scorpion qualifying.
Yeah. Here's a ball change for Martell. Supernova. Oh, nice break.
Okay. It's not meant to be today, Michael.
There's that rosin coming out of the holes again.
The rosin guy.
So good.
Well, some days you're the dog, some days you're the hydrant. And I've been on that side. It's no fun.
I was expecting you to kind of like go cheers on me there for a second, right? Wearing that milk-bone underwear. Martell curls that one in for a spare. And he just kind of looking out as Mom Nicole is here.
I don't know how much better I can throw it than that one.
Not much.
Nope. Lonely island that he's on. 1 strike through 6. Packy's got a 5-bagger. Digging in. And rosin. He's locked and loaded. But unfortunately, he's firing blanks.
What's the price of rosin per pound these days? Do you know?
It's not that much.
I can afford. Yeah, there he goes. A strike. Second one.
So far, good ball change for Martell. He actually went to a resin ball to get it off of that spot that the reactive ball was paying no attention to.
Needs more resin.
Rosin. And resin.
Where I come from, it's resin, but we'll go with rosin since it's correct. Hanrahan up 65. Oh my!
I guess they call it resin on the mean streets of Greenwich, huh?
You gotta buy it on the black market from Westchester.
Well, what a performance thus far. Game 1 for Packy Hanrahan.
He just cracked open a 6-pack. There's Abby, Packy's mom. Abby and her husband Packy, a huge support system, and Packy electing to go pro. We'll have more on that story in a little bit.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, if you're going to be loud the whole time. Kyle Sherman, the 7 seed, waiting in the wings. Looks like he'll be taking on Hanrahan. 7 in a row.
Man.
Dialed in. Don't get rid of all your strikes right here.
Wonder if he's going to look at some reactive resin in the 9th and 10th frame just to see what it does.
Would you?
Absolutely. Come on, Martell. Finish strong.
There we go.
Yeah, he's going to punch himself in the face when he gets home. He's like, man, I should have been using that ball to start with.
Still seeking his first tour title. 26 years old is Martell. He's got some great social media handles, by the way. The Hefty Lefty on X and Stop Hammer Time on Instagram. Full respect. I now will have the Stop Hammer Time song stuck in my head for the rest of tonight.
I'd like to give Michael some props, though.
Okay.
So, in the World Championship, Game 1, he averaged over 260. So, throughout qualifying or in match play?
260.
Yeah.
He can max with a 194 here. Listen, we all know it's a grind just to get here.
His overall average just under 230.
All right, finish it up.
So Hanrahan will move on.
Come on
that is
now.
confirmed already.
Let me hear it.
Take a look at the PBA playoff points. Look at our guy who's up on top, Philly O. EJ Tackett will be in action tomorrow at 2. Troop at 3. Simonson right behind him. Hanrahan in the 9th.
It's good timing.
Yes, exactly. Great timing.
A 1 for 2.
Points list, a
50%
big
's not
talking
bad.
point
Yeah.
this week.
Currently 14th is Packy Hanrahan, but he will probably move up into the top 10 regardless.
Yep,
regardless.
Top 16 go to the playoffs.
Right. A win will move near the top 5.
You want me to try anything else?
Yes, Packy, of course we want you to try something else. Why are you not looking at reactive? Nothing?
All right, Packy, come on.
He's going to dance with the one he brung.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who was doing the cartwheels in the back, but that one, is that the head pin flying around?
They all went off
Timer
the
this week.
back of the pit so fast. Let's see. Yeah, it looked like the head pin.
Went for a ride and then some. So Hanrahan will move on to our next match.
Yeah, I'd say probably good with that ball
Yeah,
for
I think
another
it's
game.
working. If it ain't broke, my friend. This game is far from broke. Great week here in Allen Park. 4th in the doubles, 25th in the cheetah, 2nd at the scorpion, 25th in the shark, and another top 10 finish here.
Oh, so quiet. So quiet. 7-10.
256
Finish up strong.
for Packy.
It's a high quality effort. A lot of focus.
All right, Michael, finish strong.
There we go. Now, finally, the 10 wants to get kicked out.
Yeah.
How convenient. Well, tomorrow, week 4 of the United Football League continues right here on FS1. The Arlington Renegades. You know who their head coach is?
No. Oh, wait.
Yeah, the legend
Is it
Bob Stoops. It is.
Bob Stoops.
Yeah, they got the Houston Roughnecks. It's Texas battle, and it is tomorrow, 2 Eastern on FS1. There's Kyle Sherman, the 7 seed, getting ready. He's next up on the lanes. Martell.
Could have thrown the rising ball, Michael.
That sounds familiar.
Yes. If only he had an earpiece.
Yeah. I think he got too focused on what he was doing and didn't pay enough attention to what
thrown the
Packy
rising
was
ball.
doing.
It's part of that learning curve.
Yeah.
Should have thrown the rising ball. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Come on, hey, run it down there. Come on.
I was probably going to be a gym teacher.
Right.
Mom and Dad said, hey, this is your dream.
Yeah.
Go attack it. We'll support you.
It's a great story.
Packy able to advance. So up next for Packy, he has got the 7 seed, Kyle Sherman, match number 2 of the play-in round.
All right, come on now.
One of our competitors tonight will move on to tomorrow's final 5-man field here at the PBA World Championship, the 4th of 5 majors this season. Hanrahan trying to be that man.
Come on, let me hear you. Let me hear you. Come on now. Come on.
Here's Kyle Sherman, your 7 seed from O'Fallon, Missouri, 30 years old, just turned 30 last month. 2-time tour titleist. Has a lot of interested spectators in the crowd tonight for him. Big strike for Sherman, and he is playing with maybe a little bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Well, yeah, your dear friend Carolyn Dorn Ballard dropped him off of the New Jersey Kingpin team. And although it was amicable, Kyle said he's never had this much motivation.
Yeah, it's been the biggest motivation for me, period.
Yeah. Take a look at his arsenal. He's going with Attention Star. You like that name, Rob?
Nah.
Okay.
We're going to talk about names coming up soon.
I keep trying to tease that.
You're doing a great job. Back-to-back opening jacks for Kyle Sherman. Hanrahan on that tricky right lane. No issues.
And you notice the lane that Kyle chose to finish on. That's going to be a common thread throughout.
You have the pick. You're going to finish on that left lane. Packy, maybe he's figured out this right lane. He clearly has figured out the left. He was perfect on the left lane, 7 for 7 in the opening match. There's a little devilish grin there on his approach.
It looks sinister, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As he's stalking the foul line.
Give me some. He's feeding off this.
Yeah. He loves it. He told us in our interview earlier this afternoon. This man, I want that.
Bowling is more fun when the crowd cheers. Plain and simple and to the point.
He wants that Portland, Maine theme. You know?
Don't we all? We all want a little Bayside Bowl in our life.
Let me ask you this. When you're doing Big Noon and you've got all those crazy
Emmy-nominated Big Noon Kickoff?
Congratulations, by the way. And you've got all those kids screaming behind you, right?
You're going nuts. You've got energy. You're pumped. You're excited. Now, did he take a timeout there?
No, I think
you heard some noise?
I think we caught him.
Oh, we were the noise.
And we're so far away, I don't think they can hear us.
Yeah, but you know how loud you are, right?
I am. I have a big mouth.
You do.
I know.
You are very loud.
And you're not.
Little right at target.
A little right at target, but he avoids disaster just leaving the 2-pin. Typically on this pattern for the right-handers, when they miss like that, it's disastrous. 2-8-10 City.
Registration for the 2024 PBA LBC National Championships. It's now open to bowlers of all skill levels and from all centers. The PBA LBC National Championship. It's heading to a new location just outside Chicago, and it includes 2 new junior divisions. You can compete in singles as well as optional doubles and team events. You can even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at pba.com/LBC tournament.
Folks, if you like money, go to pba.com and sign up for that great tournament.
Oh, do you see that camera over Sherman's shoulder?
See it.
You know what? That's being filmed right for little YouTube love. Kyle, his doubles partner, Brad Miller, still have that YouTube channel. Brad and Kyle, over 150K subscribers. They'll take some more. Back-to-back 9 spares for Sherman.
Sherman's got the rosin thing going on his pant leg as well. Hey, the commish. Is that a raspberry beret?
You know, Randy, I was working part-time in a 5 and dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. He told me several times that he didn't like my kind because I was a bit too leisurely. She walked in through the outdoor, and you know what she wore? She wore a raspberry beret. Nice strike from Hanrahan. And another ham bone. Back-to-back games with the ham bone. I mean, back-to-back games where this guy's happy.
I mean, he is just throttling the 1-2 pocket. They're going to have to medevac those 2 pins out of here.
Second straight game, he's getting out to these big, comfortable-ish leads. 22 pins.
All right, come on. Let me hear it.
Through 4.
Let me hear it a little bit. Come on now.
Feeding off this crowd here inside Thunderbolt. One of the best venues for this sport in the world. Love this place.
Agreed.
Whoa, that was a thud.
That was a good shot, just left.
And the big 4 just throw it hard at either side and hope something pops out and bounces across. And it's only been made one time in the history of professional bowling on television, and that was by the great Walter Ray Williams Jr. I don't think he can create enough ball speed to bounce anything out.
So an open frame, so we had all that energy, all that momentum, and then Hanrahan has to take a seat with that open frame in the 5th, and that big lead has evaporated. It's now down to 4 pins. Oh my goodness. Is that a bald Kyle Sherman? Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah.
A facial hairless, or is it a combo of Brad Miller and Kyle Sherman? Regardless, it's disturbing.
I don't know, but there's some things you can't unsee.
God dang it.
Hated it. And it was definitely left.
Can't be afraid to get it over there. It's all right. Pick it up. Come on.
And that's what happens in this sport, right? He gets one a little bit right on that, or a little wide on that lane. It goes 2 pins. So what does it tell the brain? Don't miss too far to the right. Compensation, and he misses left.
Sometimes you got to fight the brain.
Just turn it off.
You think you stink.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. That's good.
You know who told me that?
Tell me.
Former Detroit Lion great.
Oh, it has to be Spielman.
Yep. Chris Spielman, one of the best linebackers to ever play the game.
Just gotta get there here.
I saw a special on him. I've never met him.
Oh,
you know him.
Amazing.
He's got. It sounds like he's an amazing human being.
Yeah, he is, and doing great work for the Lions up here. How about that turnaround they had this season, by the way?
Yeah, nice to see for this city.
I agree.
Sherman down by 7. He'd like to go to the break working on a strike.
Struck in the 1st and the 2nd, and then it's been spare, spare, spare.
That was so bad.
That is a very poor shot for a professional. 3 boards right. Especially when the patterns get a little tricky.
And again, he's the only righty on tonight's show. He's the only one messing around on that side of the lane.
You just can't miss by that far. He knows it.
Big chance here. Oh, what a pickup! The satisfying moment of the match, sponsored by Snickers. 14 TOC, the 23 USBC Masters. Of course, the World Series of Bowling here. We are always happy to be here, and I just want to pass on all of our condolences to the Strobel family and how much they have meant to this sport, to this league.
I second that, Rob.
Just gonna move a little bit.
All right, the 6-8-10. He's going to try to get the ball over here to the. He's going to get the ball over here to the right side of the 6-pin, slide it over into the 8. The ball will take care of the 10-pin.
Trying to avoid back-to-back open frames is Hanrahan.
Oh, that was close.
Good shot.
So his big.
It's a good shot too.
His big 4 shot. It was slow. That shot there was pretty good. So that has to be transition.
Remember, he had a 22-pin lead at one point. Dropped the opening 4.
Come on.
Since then, open frame, open frame. The 7th. Left the 7-pin.
There's that ball speed at 18.5, so that's back to where he was. The big 4 was 18.
Is that about where you want it?
That's where he wants it. For the line he's playing, the ball he's using.
Picks that one up. That's a look at somebody doing some math and questioning what happened.
Yeah, I mean, he starts with the front 4. Now it's a 1-pin advantage for Kyle Sherman. But the last few shots for Kyle have been a little suspect.
Yes.
Through the nose, light through the nose on this right lane, wash out on the left lane. This guy's been battled with injuries all season long.
Back, hip.
Just beaten up.
Also took a mental shot as well. Gets that one to fall. We talk about Kyle getting dropped from his PBA league team, and one of the things I love working on these broadcasts, Randy, as we take a look at this shot is our phone lines are always open.
Yeah.
You and I have this tendency to receive a lot of text through the course of these events.
We do.
You got one from our good friend CDB just moments ago.
I just got another one.
Oh, 2 in a row from Carolyn Doran Ballard.
You know, in our affinity for Carolyn
oh my gosh.
and her husband Dell.
Couldn't love them more.
No. And just, again, this was a team decision based on a lot of the injuries that Kyle's facing. Unsure, you know.
They weren't sure he could be healthy for the second half of the season. Got to look out for the team.
And there's nothing but respect on all sides.
Correct. Hook a little.
Oh, it's pretty good, Kyle. It's pretty good.
Left the 10. Yeah, there was a little hiccup there that he was staring a 7-10. Again, the lone righty on tonight's show, Kyle Sherman.
Last couple of shots, a little bit slower out of the commercial break with his ball speed, and that's enabling it to come around the corner a little bit better.
Sherman can max with a 221. Takes care of that. Tomorrow over on Fox, the stars of NASCAR head to one of the best tracks out there. Talladega Bay.
Oh, yeah.
It's the biggest thrill ride of the year. The pre-show kicks off at 2 Eastern. The green flag flies at 3:30 Eastern tomorrow on Fox. It's also the site of one of the world's greatest movies ever made.
You ain't first, you're last.
I want to go fast. Hanrahan hasn't struck since the 4th. Gets one here in the 7th. Really needed that one. Mom and Pop enjoying that one. Abby and Packy taking this one in.
Fastest shot he's thrown tonight.
What did that one come in at? I didn't see.
Just over 19.
Wow. The last one was 18 and a half, I think.
That is correct.
Packy burns a re-rack, has one left. Oh, that was a big strike.
See the max scores right here. That's why that hit was so important for Packy. 230 if he sheets. Kyle Sherman only 221.
Good shot, though. Better shot. Can't complain with the shot.
Remember when I said that last shot he threw was the fastest shot he's thrown tonight? That one was.
Too much?
Yeah, just a little bit because of the flat 7.
So this left lane has been problematic for him. Open frame in the 5th. Spare in the 7th. Spare in the 9th.
You know what he's doing? He's not moving his feet. He's doing it with speed, right? So game 1, he was locked in, right? And all of a sudden, that ball started to pick up a little early, so he doesn't want to move his feet. He just increases his ball speed, but now he's lost shape down lane.
Let's see what Kyle Sherman can do here. Sherman no longer bowling just for himself. Talk about that after this shot.
Brooklyn,
Hates
please.
it.
Thought the left side was good this week.
Well, yeah, if you're left-handed, Kyle.
Use your legs, man.
You just talked about it. Use your legs.
Says it takes him an hour and a half to prep before every squad.
Get those hips loose. Get that back going.
Yeah.
Picks that one up, and Kyle, a pop.
Tony.
Now,
Hey, Reback.
daughter Maya, born in February of this year, says it's been good to him. It's been a nice little break, if you will. Gives him a different perspective on life. Takes some of the focus off bowling. You have a bad day at the lanes, and you're able to come home to a perfect little girl. And we saw Maya earlier here. This is not the best environment for a newborn, I might add. Noises, and you don't know when noises are going to happen. So Maya is here, but kind of tucked around the corner in a quiet, safe space. Sherman in the 10th. We are dead even.
He chose to finish on this lane.
Oh,
Man, was that good.
nasty left the 10.
That was really good. If he covers this and strikes on the fill shot, Packy Hanrahan needs strike spare to win by 1.
Oh, we found Maya. We found Maya. There's his girlfriend, Amanda Green. Look at baby Maya. Oh, my goodness. Amanda, former PWBA champion.
Oh, I missed it.
Missed it! Oh, no!
You. A lot of words for that. Wow, Kyle.
Resist, Kyle. Resist the words. Oh. Gut-wrenching.
It's not over yet. Hanrahan still needs a mark.
Come on. Let me
Kyle
hear
sits
something.
with a 188.
Here we go.
Packy on that right lane. Needs a mark to move on. Must drop the 7.
Hey, Rob, if he misses this, guess what?
Roll off.
Good shot. 21.
I mean, we could be tied at 188.
Earl Anthony would be very proud. Nobody dominated this event more than Earl Anthony back when it was called the National Championship. He won it 6 times.
To move on. He's got it.
Solid.
Good ball.
The 8th seed, Packy Hanrahan, survives.
And now there was one right-hander left in the competition.
We'll see him tomorrow.
3 or 4 in. Go the hater. Okay.
He's going to look at another ball here.
I think the mindset will just stand up and go forward. What? Okay.
Let's go down to the floor and talk to Mike Wolf, tour rep for Packy Hanrahan in Brunswick. Mike, what's he looking at right now? He's going to a different ball. What's he going to do?
Well, we're trying to get away from the early friction created by the urethane balls. So he's just looking, he can only move so much, so we're just going to stay there. A little bit better, something to get through the pins. If he moves too much, the black hammer is just going to flat 7 all day.
Did you like that? That last shot he threw at the reactive, did you like that?
Yeah, I think that's usable. I think that's, he can probably play both lanes the same, being with the reactive ball. So he won't have to manufacture anything, and he can make some good shots and go from there.
All right, Mike, thanks.
And Jordan in the final. This young man is mature beyond his years.
Yeah, come on now.
But he's got a big test right now against a hot hand in Packy Hanrahan.
And Packy is making the switch to reactive resin, Rob. And you want to know the name of this ball?
I would love to.
Hater.
Ooh, I like that.
See, I knew you would.
That's a really good shot.
So even though he goes to reactive, he's not trying to shape it a whole lot, and the only way he can do that is by throwing it really fast, right? Otherwise, that reactive is going to break loose down lane.
Bang, bang, bang.
Picks that one up.
Yeah, that was the same as the last one.
Here's your 6th seed, Eric Jones.
Rob, what impression did you get with our interview with Eric this afternoon?
He struck me as being much older than 19 years old.
And very chill.
Calm, quiet, not fazed by this situation. You know, everything was measured when we spoke with him. I asked him about the season. He's like, it's about par for what I thought. I'm like, you're a couple wins away from being a major champ. You're 19. He kept on talking about, I'm just learning. Right now might be that high point, but I'm just focusing on learning. I love that approach. Not trying to put too much, you know, not trying to put the cart in front of the horse, if you will, right? Get that horse chugging along. Get that knowledge. Learn these lanes. Learn what life is like out here. And pick up things like that. Oh, yeah. You bet, Jonesy.
Look at that smile.
Is that Pop standing up behind him? I think that was his dad, Heath. I mean, yes, sir.
A little mini backup ball to the 3-6-7.
You know what was great about that reaction? He tried to stifle the smile for like a millisecond. You put the tongue in the cheek, like, I'm not smiling. Yeah, you are. He let it out. There's Pops. We're going to check in with Pop. Pops has played a big part in this young man's bowling career. We have visual proof of that, and you're seeing some visual proof right now as he gets a strike here under the bright lights of the PBA on Fox Sports.
How about Eric Jones winning a regional at the age of 15?
15. He did it in Oklahoma at the Oklahoma City Open at the age of 15 years, 263 days. He beat the runner-up, the Candyman, Sean Maldonado, by 310 pins. Here's Hanrahan off that spare in the first.
Packy.
It's kind of nice to hear, isn't it?
It is. It's great, man.
And it's not just because of Packy. It can be anybody.
We need more of it. Fans, if you're listening. Akron, if you're listening. We need more of it.
Bring your signs. Bring your voice boxes.
Back to urethane on the
come on now.
left lane. And that's the Black Pearl urethane.
Back-to-back jacks for Packy.
Come on, let me hear you destroy it. Let me hear you. Come on, destroy it. Come on. About 2 boards right with his feet and maybe a board right with his target, and then softer speed. That's the adjustment he made on that left lane.
Move left and it felt like it hooked instantly.
It's fine.
Yeah. Just move right and slow down. Capitalizing.
Now the teenager, Eric Jones. Great spare in the first, a strike in the second. Here he is in the third.
Better.
Make it a double.
Yeah, it is. Wait a minute. What did you just say?
Well, I mean, he's underage, but you can still make it a double Sprite, double root beer. So this is his doubles partner, not his doppelganger, but his doubles partner, Dio Bernard. And Dio got a W.
He did.
This week. So we asked Eric Jones, I think Kimberly asked, like, what's your nickname? They're like, they call me Dio because I look like Dio.
But he said only from the back.
I know. I thought it was for Ronnie James Dio, and I got all excited, and everybody just looked at me blank. Again. Oh, boy.
That rat blew up. Yeah, he didn't say shit. He said shove. Like keep going.
Pushing 20 miles an hour on that shot.
Probably the only reason it laid there.
Same shot as that last one. Small move in.
That's 3 in a row for Jones.
He's also deeper than any of the other lefties thus far this evening. You got to figure the more you migrate towards the center part of the lane, you should find some oil, right?
Packy Hanrahan from Wichita via Greenwich, Connecticut, trying to match him. And he won't.
Well, he went back to the urethane on the right lane, and this time it goes through the nose. Remember we talked about it at the top? The right lane being the bugaboo?
Feet left if you're going to be in there.
So far, every match, the higher seed has chosen to finish on the left lane. And the only time it didn't work out was in the last match that involved a right-hander.
Take spare lead. Spare.
Shoot it to the left.
Jones up 12. We begin the fifth. Justin Knowles, your 5 seed, local product, awaiting the winner. Jones, Hanrahan, or Knowles, one of those 3 will move on to tomorrow's final show here at the World Championship.
Oh my God. Same thing. 4-6. That was way better. It just hooks so much out there.
That was actually left of the last shot. Saw some friction and went right through the schnoz, and he pays for it.
Game effort. Open frame, though.
First time he's been in this position all evening.
Yeah, he's had comfortable leads early. And now he's down 25 to the teenager, Eric Jones, who seems to be playing off this momentum.
Yeah.
This crowd atmosphere. There's his dad, Heath. Heath looks comfortable.
Looks like he smells blood.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that in the water right now. There's a lot more of it now. Eric Jones.
First Dio Bernard. Now maybe Eric Jones. They just happen to be doubles partners. Similar styles.
I like this kid's game.
You know, he told us that he learned this game, this style, this two-handed style by watching.
Who else but Jason Belmonte?
Yeah.
Also started watching some old Mark Baker training videos.
Yeah. A lot of Mark Baker
which
videos.
shows the kid's intelligence, right?
Yep.
Ooh, man. That's going to happen.
Unfazed by it.
Pretty good shot there, though. He's not getting cheated at the release point. He's getting all over that. What do you call that, Rob?
You had to squeeze into those skinny jeans. Yeah, we're going to bring a cooler, I'll tell you that. Oh, my goodness. That was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you, Kimberly. Packy Hanrahan gets a strike right there. Felt like Packy kind of needed that commercial break, Randy. A spare in the fourth, an open frame in the fifth, and then a strike there after the break in the sixth to kind of get his game back in focus.
Well, I'll tell you what he needs even more. He needs a strike here on this left lane as he takes a re-rack. But he needs to get back in this, and there's only one way he can do that.
Strikes.
Yep.
Lots of them. So he's got one more re-rack left.
Good shot, and let me hear you. Come on.
Packy's been feeding off that energy all night long here at Thunder Bowl. Strike number 4.
Come on now. Come on. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on. Pressure's on him. Pressure's on him. Come on.
Well, Jones has not been fazed by the pressure.
Make a shot. Come on.
Back-to-back jacks for Packy here in the 6th and the 7th.
Yeah, Robin, just what he needed, right? He's got to start a string to get back in this. I'm not sure Jones is going to slow down.
No, Jones strikes 2 through 5 at a 9 spare in the 6th. Here he is in the 7th. He is not awed by this moment at all.
Another gorgeous shot. That one he got in a little bit. Might have made an adjustment. Who knows? I got to look at strike track to get some numbers.
There's Dad. Heath might bang out a saxophone solo for us if his son can move on. One more look at that shot.
Right over third arrow.
His 5th strike in 7 frames. Oh, yeah, Heath is getting a workout today.
He's getting some leg work in.
Right? Up, downs, up, downs. The lead is 24. We begin the 8th.
It's fun to watch, isn't it?
I do. I really like this game.
What are these youngsters doing? Don't they know that there's like a learning curve? Like, you know, you work your way up that ladder. You get on television and you shoot like 156 like I did my first show, and then you kind of learn along the way. And not Dio, not Eric Jones. They just come out swinging.
But again, he was telling us, like, I'm here to learn. You know, I'm kind of at a high point right now, but I want to learn from these moments. So he's not getting ahead of himself. But you're right, he is not awed by this situation at all. Hanrahan's the one who has to play catch-up now. Down 34 in the 8th, another strike for Packy. So make that 3 in a row. And the bet, at least in this match, starting to put the pressure back on the teenager. Hanrahan, 5 days away from his 29th birthday. There's Mom and Pop.
You can see his line is farther to the left.
Timeout.
And Packy's taking a timeout.
We asked Packy earlier today, how would you describe this season? He said, before this week, not great.
Exactly.
Different story right now. 4th in the doubles, 25th at the Cheetah, 2nd at the Scorpion, 25th in the Shark, and this will obviously be a top 10 finish here at the World Championship.
A lot of Southpaws got rich at this year's World Series of Bowling.
Off the timeout and off his 3rd straight strike. Hambone! Give me some!
Golly, move more quicker.
1-1 right on this shot, and it's a beauty. And he did exactly what he needed to do, and that's to give the youngsters something to think about.
It hasn't fazed Jones yet. I think Jones is feeding off this crowd as much. He has those little smirks. He's had the hand gestures. He's comfortable here. Just 19 years old. And another strike. 3 in a row.
Well, it's one of the first shots we've seen him really fall off of. Right there. But it looks like this oil pattern's developing quite nicely on the left side of the lane.
What a great smile he's been flashing all night long, too.
He's having fun, right?
Yeah.
Not only is he bowling great, but he's having fun. It's refreshing.
Leads at 24. We begin the 10th. Huge strike. That's his 2nd ham bone here.
That locks it up. He just needs pins. That puts him in the 250s if he stays behind the foul line and keeps the ball in the lane, which is going to happen. This young man's moving on.
Yep.
One more match away from joining us tomorrow.
You can see people in the crowd doing the math. The teenager rolls on. It's a family affair now.
His first game on television, he shoots 260. I mean, I don't really count the junior thing.
Great ball, man.
I agree. What a performance from Eric Jones. Packy Hanrahan, a great run.
Yep.
Went through Martell, went through Sherman. But this 19-year-old, too much here in match number 3. 267.
That's a decent first game on TV.
That is today's high score. And there's who's waiting. Your 5 seed, Justin Knowles, from just up the road. Knowles versus Jones for a berth in tomorrow's title show. Welcome back to Thunderball Lanes. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler back here with you just outside Detroit. Justin Knowles set to take on Eric Jones. The winner moves on to the final 5 of tomorrow's PBA World Championship broadcast. This is the final match here on play-in Saturday night. Jones, what an outing he had. A 267, had runs of 4 and 5 strikes in a row en route to the 35-pin win over Packy Hanrahan.
That's not a good sign. His last shot he threw last game, his fill shot, he went high. And I was kind of thinking, well, it was just maybe a who cares shot. This one goes Brooklyn.
Gets away with it for now. Here's Knowles, the 5 seed. From Okemos, Michigan. Suburb of East Lansing, about an hour 20 drive away. Left the 7.
So I'm being told that Eric Jones actually sanded his bowling ball in between or during the commercial break.
Which does what?
Makes it grab the lane even faster.
Yeah, baby.
Knowles knocks that one in.
Kind of a home game for Justin.
Oh, definitely. He's had great success in this arena already.
See his arsenal there? The ball that he's using is actually not on that list, but you might like this name, Pure Madness.
Yep, I approve.
Yep, I thought you might.
Yeah. Great history here we mentioned for Knowles. Won a Detroit Masters and also a State Masters here, but both of them were over in the main bay, not here in the arena.
Oh, he loved it.
And that's Brooklyn.
Oh, come on, he got one. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
right?
on.
Jones with a Brooklyn strike in the first.
That left lane got some curve to it.
Yeah. Well, all those lefties, it was bound to get broken down eventually.
Absolutely. Especially when you're putting more and more surface on those cover stocks. Justin just trying to get control of the nerves early on. Jones, he's already gone through that.
Back-to-back 9 spares for Knowles. He's the old man on the show. They were doing some math and like, wait a second, I'm 33 next month. And his mom's like, you're the oldest one remaining. What happened? Yeah, meanwhile, here's the teenager, Eric Jones, throwing off the age curve. Look at what he did at the age of 15. Became the youngest player to win a PBA regional. Won the 2020 PBA Oklahoma City Open.
Oh. Yeah, that thing's curving a lot now.
You heard him.
Well, he knows it.
Curving a lot now. So the question is, should I have put that much fresh surface on this ball that I just shot 260 with?
What would you advise?
I don't bowl on that side of the lane, and I sure as heck don't use urethane. I don't have enough hand to use urethane. If I use urethane, Rob, forget about hoping the flat 10 goes out. I'd be hoping and praying that the flat 8-10 gets out. But you saw how much it hooked his first shot when it went Brooklyn. That shot on the right lane hooked a ton.
Strike in the first, 9 spare in the second. Here he is to start the third. Bam! That's what he needed to see. And that is your Just Right strike, brought to you by Just Bear, the mindful choice for high-quality protein with no antibiotics ever. Just Right, Just Bear, and that was just perfect.
Yeah, and that time he gave him the heater, Ricky.
Give him the heater.
That was a mile an hour faster, and
I didn't see. What did that come in at?
It was just under 20.
Oh, geez. Good luck.
Knowles did not like it. Brooklyn. Oh, boy.
Run some scream.
Did you hear what he said? Something screaming?
He said, I think he's referring to the lanes.
The
They're
lanes
screaming, yeah. Almost like they oiled the lanes with Pam during the commercial break.
Well, Jones knows how to roll on Pam
Yes,
lanes.
he does. Advantage Jones.
Yeah. So 3 straight 9 spares for Knowles to start here.
I think he's got to keep moving right and then trust it to the left. He's quietly had a nice season, given the fact that the left side of the lane has not been very kind here in 2024, but he took full advantage of it like so many of our great southpaws did. I mean, you look at some of the names for tomorrow: Graham Faw, Jesper Svensson.
Still without a strike. And he can't get this crowd behind him either. Local product waiting to erupt.
Well, he trusted that one to the left, and it doesn't get up. Highlight. That's never a good combination.
Four straight spares to open.
This is where the gears really start to turn in your head. You're just like doing all the math and calculations, and what if I did this? What if I did that? All right, based on this, my ball did that, and then I did this, and did that. I mean, this is where you really have to try to fine-tune and find a way to get it to the pocket.
Third strike for Jones. Again, just 19 years old. Yet to win on the PBA Tour. Trying to get to tomorrow's Final 5 here at the PBA World Championship, where he would take on E.J. Tackett in our opening game. Tackett, A, your defending champ. B, someone who's very much in the thick of Player of the Year race. That's tomorrow.
I think if EJ wins, he moves to the top of the list.
Yep. Get away with it.
6-7.
Little bad.
6, 7, 10. Oh my. How do we attack this?
Got to get the ball to the right side of the 6-pin, cut it over into the 7. We thought the right lane was trouble. Looks like it's reversed.
Oh, you got it! He got it, Randy! Oh, baby! Oh, what a moment for Eric and his dad.
Dad, get ready to build another lane in the backyard.
I mean, I thought he missed that.
Wow.
I thought he was just getting the 10.
Throwing it straight up the lane with a little bit of a backup on it. A little bit of a reverse curve. That's incredible.
Circle that frame. That shot in the 5th. Knowles responds with the strike, his first.
We're not done yet.
No, you're not. And Justin just made a ball change on that right lane. He went back to urethane, the black pearl urethane.
Eleven-pin match.
Rob, same ball on the left lane for Justin, so he's made the switch. He's going back to the urethane on both lanes. Let's see if it pays off here on that tricky left lane.
See it.
Yeah! Part of the Knowles crew. There's his son, Kellen, wife, Jacqueline. And every time that momentum, every time that crowd got involved last match for Eric Jones against Packy Hanrahan, Jones was able to handle it.
That was a veteran move by Justin Knowles. After 4 frames, makes this. He says, "You know what? I'm going
Now
for
or
broke.
never.
I'm making change."
Yep. Now or never.
Yep.
Made the change, struck in the 5th and the 6th. Jones, his effort in the 6th. Strike number 4. Again, the kid is unfazed.
fearless. That's really all you can say about it. He's fearless. They don't know any better. These youngsters are just so good. More and more two-handed styles. I remember the first time I saw a two-handed lefty, it was years ago, and there was only one of them.
Right.
Cassidy Schwab.
And now there's just this proliferation of two-handed lefties out there. And there's more behind him.
More to come.
Mm-hmm. What a big strike that was for Jones.
Bartender! Come on! Make it a double!
Right here.
That's the one he wanted. He had to see that after going through the nose and splitting.
I'll see your double, and I'll match your double. And now he raises the stakes even more. Yeah, really impressive outing. The lead's at 11. Knowles, trying to make it 3 in a row, steps up here in the 7th. 1 pin separating them as far as max score is concerned. Wow, lefty 7.
My goodness. It was a good shot, Justin. He makes the change and makes 3 really good shots in a row. And then the 7-pin stops him dead in the 7th. Justin's going to take a re-rack on that left lane. So many implications for our players that made it this far. And you look at Justin Knowles, he's currently 22nd on the point list. He's going to get to around 10th. But for Eric Jones, he's currently 56th outside of the exempt number, which is the top 43. He's going to move up to at least 36th.
And that means
he's in the exempt number. No more pre-tournament qualifiers for him next year. That looked wide.
Good shot.
It was just a board to the left.
if you're Knowles, you just got to remain within striking distance and hope the kid cracks at some point.
Hope that he does something he hasn't done all night. Do something stupid and throw a bad shot, miss a spare, and let him right back in. Right now, you got to show this respect.
And he does.
Nice cover. All right, well, hey. I don't know if you've heard of this guy. There's a song about him, Mr. Jones.
Counting Crows?
Yes, sir. Strike here. His lead goes to 25. And look at this right here, the max scores. This is his game to win or lose. That's okay. Nine spare works, and then strike in the 9th to set up the 10th. And my, oh my, how that max score changes when you don't strike, huh, Rob?
Right. Subtraction. Took a big dent out of that one. Jones remains clean. 5 strikes, 3 spares through 8. We begin the foundation frame 9th.
Re-rack for Jones.
You like that move?
I do. There's Vicky. Vicky Ingram, GM here at Thunderbolt Lanes. What a marvelous human being.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so good to our football crew a couple falls ago. We brought the whole team in here.
It was a great story you were telling us earlier.
In the arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see what happened. Did you get that? Was the hand dryer in the bathroom was a little loud?
Vicky, we need to unplug the...
Too many HPs on that hand dryer.
Is that a hand dryer or a leaf blower?
No, it's a... Didn't phase him.
I mean...
Turn on your leaf blowers. It won't bother this kid.
You know, if I'm some of the older players on tour, I'd be like,
it was a good run.
When do you think it's time to go home and get a job at the post office or accounting or something?
Dear Storm, love to be a rep.
Oh.
Knowles down 14 here in the ninth. Pretty much has to have a strike here. And he does. Got a late kick of that 10.
And this is where he can really test the youngster, striking out here in the 10th frame. Beauty here by Justin, but he needs to repeat on the left. Two strikes here in good count. He'll force Jones to get first strike in the 10th, at least.
His best finish at a major, 6th at last year's U.S. Open. If he falls here, he will match that 6th place finish.
Stop. Not a fun lane today. Not a fun lane.
The two lanes switched. They reversed themselves.
Everybody was hyping up this right lane as the demon out there tonight, and then they traded places.
All you can ask for, you trusted it.
Pulled a Eddie Murphy and a Dan Aykroyd, right?
Something to do with a banana?
That was a Beverly Hills Cop making a call for the banana in the tailpipe.
Trading places, absolutely.
The wrong ball was hot today.
He trusted it. He trusted it. He went light the last time on that lane. He gets up and he tries to shape it a little bit more. It goes high. Left lane got him. Not over yet.
Yeah, it took him till the 5th frame to find his first strike.
Yeah.
So he'll end with a 202.
Yeah, Jones will need 9. Wow. I mean, the talent that's on the horizon on the PBA Tour is scary.
9 to move on to tomorrow's show. Russo, Svensson, Va, Tackett already there. Will the teenager join them? To move on. He's at 8.
Needs 1. Just 1. And you see the double. If Knowles doubles in the 10th, he moves on. The youngster, just 19, needs 1 of 2 to move on to tomorrow on Big Fox.
Oh my gosh.
Not what he needed. Somebody coughing. That's all right. That's why, hey, that's why I like Packy's way of keeping the crowd going and keeping him yoked.
But his head is swirling right now. And there's a pit right there below the breastplate that is filling up. Just needs 1. He'll take 2, and he'll move on. on to Sunday's final.
That's what you do, buddy. That's what you do.
Now, what a moment for Eric Jones.
Oh, come on.
He was going reverse there, wasn't he?
Show off.
I love it. 215 to 202.
Wow.
13-pin win for the 6th seed Eric Jones, who got through Packy Hanrahan and then Justin Knowles. So Jones will be part of our 5-man field tomorrow when we wrap up the World Series of Bowling with the PBA World Championship. Kimberly standing by with the teenager.
Eric, congratulations on your win. You looked a little bit nervous there in the 10th, but let's talk about that 5th frame when you had that huge conversion that kept you in this match. What happened there?
I've been asking Mike Wolf over-under on all those that I've shot at this week, and I've missed all of them by a mile. So the one time I don't do it, I made it. I think that's what happened.
Well, tomorrow with this win, you actually claim the 5th and final spot, and you're going to be taking on the defending champion, EJ Tackett. What are your thoughts on that?
Excitement. Yeah, that's the word I got.
All right, congratulations on your win, and we'll see you in about 15 hours tomorrow live on Fox.
Well, can't you hear the excitement in his voice? Right? That's why I like this kid. Things are just not fazing him. Whenever he was met with a challenge tonight, he handled it and moved on. So who's up next for him? Oh, you know, the defending champ,
that guy.
Player of the Year candidate, EJ Tackett. By the way, these two in match play this week, 275, 188. Advantage